welcome to the Warrior Path. Today we're going to be talking about the sanshin no kata. San, 3, shin, heart, and then no kata. It forms, so the three heart form. Now, the way I've learned this is not that there's 3 different techniques, because there are actually 5 of them, and they're all based on elemental theory. But rather, we are talking about having a nice kind of relaxed attitude, nice and relaxed, almost like a toddler or a child. They move naturally, freely. And as time goes on, we start to inhibit our movements and only move in certain ways. The sanshin no kata are going to be 5 solo drills. They're 5 solo drills that you can go ahead and work on your own. I'm going to show you how to make that into more and how to vary that as we go. Now, the first one, we're going to be getting into a stance called Bobi no Kamae, which we learned in our Kamae video. Kamae are stances. Bobi, we have our hand and a loose fist, nice and relaxed at our hip, and our lead hand pointing up towards the eyes. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to step through, keeping our body, hips still twisted. From here, I'm going to let my hand raise up. It's going to stay in the same spot as it was. And then now, from here, separated away from my body, I'm going to now turn my hips, snapping them, and strike with a 3-fingered strike, up to the point behind the tongue and above the throat. We're not hitting the throat. We're not trying to cause permanent damage. We're not hitting the tongue. That's not really doing anything. But we're hitting up into a choky point to cause a specific reaction. Looking from a 3/4 view, from here I'm standing up in a nice and tall Bobi stance, lead foot pointing forward, our rear foot pointing at 90 or more, but not 180 off balance. We want to maintain our balance here. Hand pointing up into the eyes, rear hand at the hip in a loose fist in a ready position called Bobi no Kamae. We step forward, allowing our hand to separate from our hip, staying in place. We rotate our hips, generating the force necessary to swing our arm like a whip. Our thumb holds our pinky, our 3 fingers, our index, middle, and ring finger are together and slightly bent, so they're all about equal. And we're striking up, underneath, behind the tongue, and above the throat. Again, stepping forward, striking. You would do it on the other side as well. From here, stepping through, pivoting those hips, and striking. Moving back a little bit for 30, and step through, and swing that arm like a pendulum. Step through, nice and relaxed motion. This is chi no kata. Chi means earth, and kata is form, so this is the form of earth. Very straightforward, very linear. Now, I've seen other people teach this in another way. If you see this in a different capacity, learn it. And when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So from here, a lot of times I'll see this up and then stepping in and striking. There is nothing wrong with that. The way I teach it in our classes is stepping through, getting that linear motion. That was the first time it was taught to me, was that way, and I maintain that tradition. Now, I also have a sanshin no kata quick cheat sheet of sorts, which has all the forms and all the different movements and all the different strikes laid out. And once you look at that, it's very easy, if you're visual like I am, to see that and understand that. It's also in the lay flat book as well, which goes over all the basics for the taijutsu. So once again, chi no kata, earth form, Bobi no Kamae, stepping through, pivot those hips, and strike with a 3-fingered strike up behind the tongue and above the throat. Do it on the other side, and you've just finished the form. Do that multiple times to gain a better mastery of your body, especially this pivoting, this rotational force. Very important to understand how this works. Shitsugu Takamatsu told Hatsumi Sensei many years ago that he had seen this engendered in a lot of different arts, and he said this must be the foundation of the martial arts. So he felt so highly about it that he told Hatsumi Sensei to make sure he taught his students this, and Hatsumi has done that. Hatsumi Sensei has done, and I am going to bring that information to you as well. We look forward to seeing you in future videos on the sanshin no kata. Thank you for joining us on the Warrior Path.